Okay, so today is Thursday, the 17th of July 2025. This is my first attempt at making a cycling video. My name's Nigel, and thank you for clicking on my loosely termed channel. So I've cycled for a while, but I'm retired, 58 years old, and I enjoy cycling. I'm not fanatical about it, but I enjoy cycling. And I would like to see more older people on bicycles cycling around our country lanes. So I don't know, maybe this will motivate you. I have an electric bike. I have no idea what any of... Oh no, it's a Carrera electric bike. It's been made electric. I'm not one of these people that buys designer labels, so I couldn't tell you. All the stuff that I have is generally unbranded, cheaper end of the market. I generally use things once in a while, so for example, my stove, people go out and buy pocket rockets at £120 odd pounds. I don't know how much they are, over £100. I buy online, cheap model, probably unbranded, no idea what it is, for about 40 quid. That's generally my philosophy on cycling. I don't do lycra cycling. My idea of a good bike ride is involving a cafe or a coffee stop. Quite essential, actually. And the views are more important than the number crunching miles that we do. So it's all about the ongoing experience and not the end result of crunching out 20, 30, 40 miles. Generally, we'll do about 20 miles in a slow, leisurely fashion. If that's your kind of thing, please watch. Today we're going to do it's called the pier-to-pier cycle route, although I'm going to get on at Worle Cemetery. No, hold on, Crematorium? Anyway, it's in Worle. Which is outside, about 3 miles outside of Weston-super-Mare. And we will be cycling to... Today I think we're going to do Clevedon Pier and then cycle back again. Like I say, I've never done this sort of thing before. I'm probably making loads of mistakes. But I just wanted to do something for those people that might be able to get hold of a bicycle, any old bicycle, not an expensive bicycle, just any old bicycle. Get out on the road and enjoy the countryside, because every day is a gift, and on a bicycle it is so much better. Anyway, I think I've been waffling on for almost 4 minutes, so we need to start going. It's roughly, I don't know, 20 past 10, 25 past 10. Probably go out for about 4 hours ish, and we'll see what happens on the way. It's supposed to be sort of about 20 degrees, 23 degrees today, with possible showers. So anyway, I've like I say, I've got my shorts on. I've got some pumps. I've got a cycling jacket because high visibility I think is a good thing. Always got a helmet. And yeah, no designer gear, unfortunately. Nothing that I have is designer gear when it comes to cycling, because you don't really need it. It's there for people to sell you that it's not required, but they want you to think that it is required. It will somehow enhance your experience, which it won't. The only thing that's going to enhance your experience is finding a bike, getting on the bike and going out on the bike. I'm rambling on. Anyway, so we're going to go, and hopefully I'll be able to produce a video out of this. Anyway, let's see. See you later. Why are there traffic lights everywhere? Roadworks, I should say. What a day for a daydream. What a day for a daydream. I've been lost in a daydream. Dream about my love. Right. So. We are approaching Kewstoke, Lower Kewstoke Road. Oh, glass on the road, don't want any of that. I wonder how well this microphone's working. It'll be interesting to see. This is the microphone on the GoPro. Why do I keep saying GoPro? DJI. So we're going on cycle route 33, the pier to pier. That's Sand Bay in front. We won't be going to Sand Bay, but we will be going on the cycle route. Looks as though they've just laid the road surface. Livefield Road. I've got a squeaky back brake. Must get that looked at some point. So it's about 5 to 11. It's quite muggy actually. Humid is the word I'm looking for. 9 miles an hour. Squeaky brakes. Good old disc squeaky brakes. Now we're just going past what I called was a cemetery, but I guess it's a crematorium really. Yes, it's a crematorium. That's on our left hand side. Well, we're coming up to it shortly. It's a gorgeous day. It's a gorgeous day. So like I say, this is my first cycling video. Not too sure how it's going to come out on account that I've never done this before, and I'm not using the microphone. The wireless microphone. I'm using the microphone on the DJI Action 5 sports camera to be precise. I must admit, on the whole, motorists are very courteous to bicycles. It's wonderful. I mean, you get one or two that have to get in front of you regardless, but generally speaking, very good. So we're going to go to Wick St Lawrence. Once all this traffic has gone past. Wick St Lawrence is a small village outside of Weston. Oh, right. So this is a crematorium and cemetery. Right. Here we are entering Wick St Lawrence. Now, I've got to tell you, there is a really, really good thing about Wick St Lawrence from a cycling point of view. And it's something that I have noticed for a while, but didn't really appreciate it. And it's a couple of minutes away, and it's really quite amazing. So I will hold the suspension and wait till we get there to show you. But if you're a cyclist, you're going to love what I've got to show you, because I was really quite blown away when I saw it, and it just makes you realise what nice people we have in our communities. There are some really, really nice, caring people. And like I say, if you're a cyclist or a rambler, then this is something you really should be aware of. Anyway, I'm building it up, but we will see in a couple of minutes' time what it is that I'm rambling on about. So until we get there, I think I'll switch you off. So this is what I wanted to show you in Wick St Lawrence. It's something that I've cycled past so many times, and I never actually stopped. But on this occasion I stopped, and this is really great for cyclists and backpackers. And here it is. I'll just wait for this car to go before I cross the road. Okay, so this is a church in Wick St Lawrence. And it says the church is open. We hope you enjoy the peace and quiet of our church. and refreshments are available inside. Now I've cycled past this. This is Wick St Lawrence Church. I cycled past this so many times. Anyway, I'll show you. That's my bicycle in all her glory. Let's give her a name. I've owned her long enough. Anyway, I digress. So, this is the entrance. Gorgeous. Anyone in the market for a courgette? Good place to come. And here we are inside the church. But if we go up this end of the church, this is just amazing how kind people are. Look, so we've got biscuits, knives, forks. It says there's milk in the fridge, and there's all sorts of teas, juice. You can buy a card, birthdays. What does this say? We hope you enjoyed your visit to our church and now feel refreshed to continue your journey. This is wonderful. If you would like to make a small donation to help us keep our church open, cash can be left in the wall safe by the main door. We have a card machine that you can tap to make contactless payments. You can pay online by scanning that QR code. So there's the fridge, which I guess has got the milk in it, and look at that, there's a water tap, there's a kettle. Can you imagine if there's biscuits. Can you imagine if you're cycling and it's raining and you're not carrying any water or drinks, refreshments, or if you're a rambler, it could be a hot summer's day, it could be tipping it down with rain. And this community have made this facility available to get some refreshments. Absolutely amazing. And I guess this is the card reader here. So if you don't carry cash, you can still pay. But that is absolutely wonderful. I'll just close the door behind me. So, some wonderful people in Wick St Lawrence. Actually, this is a good time to talk about my bike. So this bicycle of mine, it is a Carrera hybrid mountain bike type bike, and I bought it from a chap in Birmingham who converts them to electric. So it's a wonderful bike. I think all in I paid £1,200. This was a couple of years ago now. But basically I've got panniers on the back, really handy, and panniers on the front. So I've got a coat in here, bits and pieces, you break down, all that sort of thing, puncture repair kits and stuff. But it's a really good bike. don't have to buy one for £1,200, but it's got a lot of positives and a couple of negatives, but more positive than negative. Anyway, digress about the bicycle. So yes, this is Wick St Lawrence Church. It's a lovely building, and anybody that's passing by, I would recommend that you pop in, have a drink, say hello. Cyclists, ramblers, it's wonderful. Anyway, onwards to along the peer-to-peer cycle route, and obviously we're heading towards Clevedon Pier. So I think we might stop off and get a coffee and a cake on the way. Let's see. I just wanted to say how wonderful electric bikes are. I mean, I'm going along at 13 miles an hour, power assist level 1, and it really is a breeze. I'm putting a little bit of work in, but not a huge amount. Morning. And it's just so easy. So you know, if you're just looking to enjoy the countryside with a little bit of effort, not a huge amount, you can really go quite a long distance with without breaking into too much of a sweat. So for example, if it's not very windy and it's quite flat where you are, then on my bike you can probably get about 50 miles out of a battery. So my battery is 48 volts, is it? By 13 something else, which gives you a figure of 500 and something. Yeah. And that 500 and something is basically your petrol tank. And on my bike, that gets you about 50 miles on power assist 1. Now, this is part of the old Western, Cleveland and Portishead Railway. I love this stretch. We've got about 7 miles to go. Oh, that's noisy. 7 miles to go. This is a lovely flat piece of tarmac in the countryside. Oh, isn't it beautiful? Oh, of a cyclist. Today's a Thursday. Yes, Thursday today. So, fortunately, fortunately, being retired, every day is a Saturday. But anyway, today is a Thursday for working people, and so it's lovely and quiet. We haven't had any rain yet. We've been blessed with a dry sky, and I don't think it looks as though it's going to rain at the moment. Fatal to say that, but anyway, so this is a lovely part of the route, lovely and flat fields. The cows are probably, I don't know where the cows are. Where are you, cows? Horses go up and down here. Evidence on the floor. Just avoid that one. and it's just so quiet. It's lovely. We're going to come to a sluice gate in a minute, but no, this was the old railway line that I guess would go to Clevedon and Portishead. Obviously no more. They keep talking about opening up a railway line from Bristol to Portishead. Whether that'll happen or not, I don't know. They've been talking about it for years apparently. But anyway, at least we've got this wonderful cycle track. So this is the River Yo Bridge, I believe. Hiya. It's interesting how some people don't like to give eye contact. Other people will look at you and then look away. I would say 80% will say hello, and then there's that 20% that for their own reasons don't really say anything, although you might get a smile. But anyway, I shall stop here when I do more videos and give you the views that you can see.
Down to here. Well, there's a lot more difficult.
Let's just turn so you can see some of the view. There's 1, 2, 3 swans there, and in the distance there's 1, 2, 3, 4 swans in the distance. 7 swans altogether. Is that lucky? I don't know. If they were magpies, it might be a different story. So I'll just stop at here. Looks as though there's some sort of bridge over there, or that was a bridge at some point in the water. But bit of a wind today. Hope it's not affecting the audio too much. I'm not using my microphone. I might try that for the journey back, see what the difference is. Anyway, onwards, fellow cyclists coming up. I wonder if he'll say hello to us or not. Who knows? Let's have a look, see how we get on. Nice to see other cyclists using the route. Hiya. No acknowledgement whatsoever. That's why we need more cyclists, more happy cyclists. Because why would you not want to do this? It's beautiful. And it's flat as a pancake. And some cows in that field. So this is a lovely little route. Are we coming to another gate? I think we are. So that is the end of this stretch here. Mud Lane Halt. Charming. Let's see if we can close this one without creating too much noise. No. Now there's a cafe around here, and I think we should take advantage of it, because my cycle routes generally consist of cafe stops. and food. So I think it's just round the corner. Can't say that we've been on the go for too long, but you've got to take these breaks whilst they're there for you. And this is called the Owl in the Oak. Oh, actually, is it open on? I don't think it's open on. Yes, no, it should be open. It's closed. Closed. Anyway, that's the Owl in the Oak. Closed. Why would it be closed today? Owl in the Oak is closed from the 16th to the 20th of July. Ah, that's a shame. Normally they're open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 10 till 3, but not today, they're closed. Anyway, well, we shall have to come back another day and I'll show you the Owl in the Oak. So, I wonder what other food stops we have. We shall see. I know there's a very nice restaurant in Clevedon by the Seafront where we'll go on the bike, assuming that it's not too busy, and we shall take advantage of that. Doing about 13 miles an hour. So if the pier to pier, if we go, well, back there it said 7 miles, didn't it? So we've got about, I don't know, half an hour to go, something like that, roughly. Shall we go through the town or shall we go by the seafront? We've got to make a decision in a minute because we have options. What we could do, I think today, because it's not raining, no blue sky, but you know, we have just come through a heat wave, so things are starting. We've had a bit of rain the last few days, and down here in Somerset, things are starting to turn back to green just a little bit. So whilst we've got nice weather, just a little bit humid, but we'll go by the sea. So this is Ham Lane. Clevedon is now 5 miles. We go right, there's Yatton and a couple of villages that way, but going left takes us to Clevedon. So I'm using my new, keep wanting to say GoPro, DJI Pro Action 5 or something, this camera's called. Oh yeah. Ah, they said hello. Nice people. And so this is one big learning curve, and I've not done a video on a bicycle before. I've done a couple of kayaking videos, but this is the first time on a bicycle. So I hope it's not. I'm probably making so many mistakes. People watching this thinking, well, I hate to think what they're thinking. But anyway, this is what it's like. Jump on a bike, off you go. This is what you get. Nothing staged. Got no idea what's around the corner. And if I had planned this, I would have sorted out my rear squeaky brake. But anyway, here we are. I've often wondered what it's like living in a village. Because on the one hand, it's lovely and quiet. You've got all the smells of the countryside, mainly thanks to the cows. And but it must be a little bit isolating. I mean, there's not many people about, and I mean, to start off with, what are you going to do about your Indian takeaway? Hey? I mean, you make your own, it's not the same. And you buy them from the supermarket, they're not the same. And like, where's your nearest supermarket? What do you do if you want to get a pint of milk? I mean, these are serious problems. But then if you live in a town, you have a bit of pollution, I guess. But what you gain with the having facilities and everything around you. Oh, he was very chatty, he was very good. What have we got? We've got left for Clevedon, right for Kingston, Seymour and Yatton, so we go left. So what you've got with having convenience around you, you lose with having countryside, fields, a bit of isolation possibly. I guess they're okay with COVID because they're already in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by nobody. But yeah, horses for courses. I think maybe if you're younger, you kind of like the city life, town life, convenience, and then as you get older, you appreciate more the peace and quiet, maybe. But this is wonderful, I must say. I haven't seen anybody wearing their lycra, burning the miles today. It's all been casual mountain bike, casual cyclists, which hiya. Oh, a little child on the back of a bike, that's nice to see. Yeah, it's all being casual people where they're just wearing the clothes, whatever they're wearing, nothing fancy, no designer labels, just the regular clothes, jumping onto a bike and cycling. Doesn't have to be as expensive. Yeah, not into looking a certain image, riding certain branded items, wearing branded clothing. I mean, electric bikes now you can pick up for say £700, no idea what they're like, upwards. And you know, if you want a bit of assistance so that you can go further with not putting as much effort in, I mean, it's up to you how much. I got a nod then. It's up to you how much effort you put into it. You can make the battery do all the work, or you can put a lot of the work in yourself. But you know, the electric bikes, they do enable people who maybe can't travel as far to then go a lot further. and see more of the countryside without having to put a lot of effort in, if that's what you want. Or you could be really lazy and make the bike do all the work, but obviously that's going to affect your mileage. But then, having said that, if I on the flat without the wind, I could do a fair few miles where the bike does all the work. When I say a fair few miles, maybe 20 miles. But if I'm doing some of the work and the bike does some of the work and I'm not breaking out into a sweat, then I could possibly get about 50 miles. I did take my bike down to Lyme Regis, very hilly there, and man, that really hammered the battery. I mean, the hills, it just ate the power. I probably got about 15 miles, 20 miles at a push, whereas around Somerset here 50 miles wouldn't be unreasonable. I mean, I do go with a trailer camping. I tow a trailer. Obviously that affects your range because you're pulling more weight. Although having said that, once you've got the weight moving, it's surprising how far you can go with the trailer. It's just getting the bike moving. Oh yeah. Getting the bike moving and then stopping the bike because of the weight. But once you've actually got that weight moving and it's relatively flat, you can go further than you think towing a trailer. Because, I mean, especially if you're going downhill, the weight can assist you. So, but obviously, obviously you want to have a bike that's got a decent battery. New cut bow. Because the larger the battery, generally speaking, the further you're going to be able to go. Like I say, I've got a 48, I think it's 48 watts, 48 something. My brother's an engineer, he would know all these figures. But yeah, so I say, so it's like 48 volts times 13 something or another. It gives you a figure, if you times those two figures together, it gives you 560 something. I wouldn't really want to go less than that, unless you're doing short journeys. But if you're wanting to do 25 miles plus, be able to tow things, then then really you want a battery. I would say mine would be a minimum. Gosh, all these cyclists, where are they coming from? Because it gives you a lot of flexibility. You can tow things, you can benefit from using more of the battery if you've got a wind in front of you, a head-on wind, and yes, it's a bit like a car really, isn't it? If you've got a larger petrol tank, diesel tank, then you can go further, and that's what a battery is. It's a bit like a petrol tank. You can get 36 volts, is it? So you can see that with 36 volts times something like 13 amps, you get a lower end result, which means the battery isn't going to last as long. So if you are thinking about buying an electric bike, my advice would be to buy the largest battery you can get. maybe sacrifice some of the bells and whistles and invest your money in the battery, because the battery is your petrol tank. And unless of course you're doing lots of small journeys where the battery size isn't an issue, because you might be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 miles, 7-mile round journey, 10-mile round journey, not a problem. Not a problem. Got a car behind me now. I've not had a car behind me for a while. Let's see if we can give him a bit of space to get by. There we go. The ride is so much better with that car behind you. And when you do the peer-to-peer, there aren't that many cars on the road. They are country lanes, and okay, they are roads, but they're certainly not busy roads. And the vast majority of the drivers are as good as gold. They really are. So this is the bit where we make the decision: do we go along the sea coast, the coastal path, or do we do the town centre? And I'm going to do the coastal path. These kissing gates are a good idea, as long as you don't get too many of them. Okay, so this will take us up to the coast. Don't know what the audio is going to be like, because I'm cycling into the wind, and the wind's going to be horrendous when we get to the coast, I'm sure. But like I say, on the way back I'll use my wireless microphone, and we'll see what the difference is. Bit of a learning curve, really. Not another gate. Oh, I've only just started going. Okay, this one's not so bad. This one's not so bad. This is a friendly gate, and it doesn't make too much noise when you close it. Okay, the coast is just 60 seconds away, and will the tide be in, or will the tide be out? Last time I was here, the tide was in, and it was very nice, pretty hot actually. But this will be good because we're cycling into the wind. We can see what the weather's doing that's coming towards us. So we'll have a look. Just get to the top of this bit here. Okay, so the tide is in. We've got over there, we've got Weston, so it looks as though it's raining in Weston. Yeah, it's definitely raining in Weston, Sand Bay, Kewstoke Way. And we've got the wind behind us, which is nice. So this is the peer-to-peer cycle route, or cycle path. cobwebs away. What I'm thinking about is a café, and what sorts of food I'm going to have. Quite looking forward to that. Hopefully the camera's not too shaky, because we're cycling on a rough concrete path, so not smooth tarmac. So we're kind of cycling with the wind behind us a bit. I don't know if you can hear the water crashing against the rocks. Nice. Just checking there's nobody behind me because I'm drifting all over the place. People wearing just t-shirts. I'm such a lightweight. I've got to have layers. Maybe I'm a bit of a snowflake, I don't know. But I don't like to be cold. No, I don't. First it's not going. So we've got a golf course to our right. We'll have a look at that in a minute. It's only a small one, but we are slowly coming towards Clevedon. So this is the end of this is the closest that we're going to get to the sea. From now on, the footpath is just slightly more inland. Only a little bit. And I'll just show you this golf course here. It's like a pitch and putt, but slightly longer than a pitch and putt. So this is a golf course. You can get quite close to the greens, but I think it's one that you can turn up and just play. You haven't got to be a member. Interesting, they're using orange golf balls. Now, do they putt out or do they offer gimmies? Let's have a look. When I play golf, I always putt out, no gimmies. I always think people give gimmies for those golfers that struggle with putting, because you drive for show and you putt for dough. And what are they going to do? No, they're all gimmies. He gave him that one. I don't know if you can see this. That was never going to go. Is he going to putt out? He puts out, and fair play. They are generally putting out, which is nice to see. Yep, well done. Cool. Right, let's carry on. Might have to use my bell here. I don't like using the bell because I think it sounds a bit rude. But sorry about the bell, it sounds a bit rude, doesn't it? I don't like using it. Thank you. Nice people. This surface here, I'm always wary that I might get a puncture. It's not very tyre friendly, I don't think, and it's as bumpy as you like. don't know if the GoPro is recording this as being stable or not. I have set it to cycling on a bicycle, so hopefully it will take that into account, but it is a bit bumpy. I could do the R test. Here we go, try the R test. Anyway, that's how bumpy it is. Now we've got another gate here, but I don't think you just got to go around it. Look at these brambles. Don't like the brambles. I'm wearing shorts as well, and there's stingers everywhere. There's brambles. Lots. Oh dear. Let's get past this. There we go. We survived. So we are very close now to Clevedon. 1.5 miles. 1.5 miles. And we're doing roughly 10 miles an hour, 11 miles an hour. So it shouldn't take too long. I don't know how much to record on the way back because this video could be going on for too long. Might have to do some editing. Maybe less on the way back because it's going to be very similar to what you've already watched, but in reverse. But thank you. But there are a couple of things that I want to show you on the way back. So the return journey, as far as video is concerned, will be less. And I have bought my stove, so I might do a coffee on the way back. So you can see my knockoff GoPro. Oh, the wind. I quite like these gates because if you've got a trailer, you haven't got to detach the trailer from the bike. That I like. So, according to the sign there, it said we've got a mile to go. I think we've just got one more gate. I think this is the last gate. And then we're free of gates. No more gates. But this is a friendly gate. We like that gate. It's easy, quick. What's not to like? My bike sounds as though I'm carrying a kitchen in my panniers. That's my mug, my metal mug, and my cooking stove and bits and pieces. But anyway, at least people can hear you coming along, I guess. So this is the road from the pier to pier into Clevedon. Along here is a convenience store that's in a really convenient place. I've used it three times. It's about the only one along this route. So if you're doing it, you want to use it. It's just up here. It's a post office. That reminds me, I've got to get some money from the post office. Got to get some money for going to Croatia. So this is it. It's called the West End store. So what we're going to do, we're going to stop off at a cafe on, assuming that there's space to leave the bike, on the seafront where the pier is. I'll show you the pier before we go to the cafe. And we'll get a bite to eat. Nice place, Clevedon. I don't know a huge amount about it, but it strikes me as being a nice place to live. Into the wind a bit. Council are tidying up the shrubs. Just been overtaken by one of our new electric buses. Nice as a cyclist because I haven't got to breathe in the fumes coming from the bus. You know, the diesel fumes that get in your throat when a bus overtakes it? Get none of that from those electric buses. Quite how much they cost, how far they go on a charge, how much it costs to charge them, how long the batteries last. That's a complete another different story. But purely from a cycling point of view, it's nice not having to breathe the fumes, the diesel fumes out the back of it. Anyway, I digress. We're coming towards the seafront now. There's the bandstand, and you'll be able to see the pier, which is privately owned. The pier, I believe. It does have a fish and chip shop on the pier. You've got to pay to go onto the pier to then go to the fish and chip shop, or rather you used to the last time I went there. But they do some nice fish and chips. Although I was there a couple of years ago maybe, but yes, it's a nice pier. There are people here that go swimming in the sea all year round. I mean, I'm talking like winter. In my mind, these people need therapy. You wouldn't get me out in the sea in the cold water, but people do. And I guess if they like it, that's also when we're good for them. So here we go. This is the pier at Clevedon. Tide's in. We'll just go on the footpath. I think I can go. Can I cycle on this footpath? No cycling. No, I can't. You used to be able to cycle on the footpath. Anyway, things change. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. It's a nice wide footpath, so anyway. So here is the pier. I'll get off my bike, which I don't know if I need to. That is the pier. we'll go and get something to eat now. I shall start you up when I found somewhere, but there is a cafe over the road that I think we can go to. So I'm on my way back. I stopped off at the cafe. What I'll do is I'll put the photographs of my meal and the cafe onto this video. I'm not filming the whole journey back because it's pretty much the same as the first part of this video, but in reverse. So going from Clevedon back to Weston-super-Mare. So, but there are a couple of bits and pieces that I want to show you on the way back, which I think are very pretty. So I'm using my external mic the first time. I haven't got the furry little wind baffler on it. Another rookie mistake, probably. Anyway, I'm assuming that the wireless mic is working, and I'm assuming that you can still hear me even without the wind muffler furry thing attached to it. We are cycling into the wind, so this will be a very interesting test to see how effective the wireless microphone is, assuming that the wireless microphone is working. Anyway, we are along the cycling along the coastal path, which I think is very pretty. It's quite bright actually, even though it's windy and cloudy. There are some blue bits of sky up there, believe it or not. I don't know if it'll be picked up by the do I call this a it's not GoPro, sports camera, TGI, I don't know what to call it. Camera, I'll stick with camera. So this is quite a nice cycle along here. It does get a bit breezy, obviously, because it's by the sea, but I think it's prettier than going along the roads into or out of Clevedon. And there's just more space, there's less traffic, what's not to like, more wildlife. So, and we're grateful that the tide's in, and looks as though there's a container ship out there that's leaving Avonmouth, probably going out with the tide, I would have thought, same on the fuel. It's a very high tidal range in this estuary. I think it's called estuary. I think it's about 14 metres. It's the second largest in the world, I believe. So when the tide is coming in or going out, it really comes in and out at quite a force, and we certainly don't want to be out there on a rowing boat or a small motorised boat, because is you'll just get washed out to sea. You'll go via Burnham and probably Bridgewater while you're being washed out, but nonetheless you'll get washed out. I did remember hearing once that you need a 10 horsepower engine as an absolute minimum to be out in that sea, but I don't know if there's any truth in that. I used to own a boat, and that's what I remember hearing. So now we're going to leave the coastal footpath and we are going to head back to Weston. According to the sign, Weston is 12 miles away from here, but I'm stopping at the Crematorium. Well, that's where I'll as good as my part of the route ends. I think that's about 3 miles out from the seafront. So 12 miles, we've got about 9 miles. In total, what we're pottering around on that, we will probably do about 20 miles, 21 miles, something like that. On a bike like this, it doesn't take too long. Now, if I time this right, these good people will open the gate for me and I will sail through. It's all in the timing. Let's see if we can put our cards right. Quite confident. Oh, it's all in the timing. Cheers, guys. Thanks a lot. Well, they were nice and polite, but not very chatty. Not very chatty at all. Never mind. Can't all be the same, can we? So I shall get to this next gate, and then I'll probably switch off and come back at this location that I've got in mind. As I say, it's just a repeat of cycling to Clevedon, but obviously in reverse. Although the countryside is gorgeous. Really know if you want to see the countryside or not. What I'll do is I'll record it and I'll see how long the video is. If it's creeping up to 40 minutes or an hour, then I'll probably edit it out. But it is beautiful and it's quiet, so we'll see how we go. Just looking at the horizon, I think it's raining over in Weston, or certainly over that way. Anyway, it's nice and humid here. No winter, no rain at all. So maybe we'll get away with it. Maybe today we will be lucky and we won't get wet. Like I say, we have had a drought. Well, not a drought, sorry. We've had a heat wave, and rumour has it it's going to get hot next week as well. So I'm going to be in Croatia next week. So It'll definitely be hot over there. So be away for a couple of weeks. I'm really quite interested to see how this wireless microphone is coping with this wind without the wind baffler on. I quite like the handlebar mount holding the camera. It'd be interesting to see how stable these images are. There are campsites around these parts, well, caravan sites. I guess if you're not local, then it's a nice place to come to. You're certainly in the countryside, and it's quiet at night time, that's for sure. So if you like the quiet life, then these small little farm caravan sites might be just the thing for you. I think I've got a car coming behind me. I have, it's a white van. I'll just find a space where he can get past me. There we go. Better to have a van in front than one behind. So, I have got a spare battery in my pocket in case this one runs out. But I've got a feeling I'm going to be okay for power. So we've done about 12-13 miles, and to give you an idea about the electric bike, at the moment I'm still on 5 black bars, so it's not registering any loss of power at the moment. I can hear a racing bicycle behind me. Hiya. There he goes. Nice chatty bloke, said hello as he was passing. That's very good. I don't know what it is about these professional, well, I say professional, these like carbon racing bikes, but you can hear them coming because they make a, like the bearings make a whining sort of sound. Hard to describe when they're freewheeling, and you know, they cost thousands of pounds, these bikes, and they make a noise like that. I'd want mine to be really quiet, but that's just me. Their bikes, they could probably buy 2 or 3 of my bikes for the price of one of theirs. Anyway, he's going at about 18 miles an hour, I'd say. We could certainly catch up with him and overtake him if we wanted to on an electric bike. But this is what I mean about, I think those guys go out and they want to crunch the miles, whereas I'm doing 11 miles an hour, and I like to soak up the view. So it's just a different type of cycling, really, isn't it? A different experience. I'm sure he gets as much out of it as I do. It's just a different experience. And maybe he's had a coffee and a baguette as well. Maybe he has. I'm trying to work out whether to stop off and have a coffee on the way back, because I brought my stove. Now that chap there didn't even look at me on his bike. Yeah, so anyway, I think I probably will. So I shall switch off now and come back to you when I'm closer to the site that's near Wick St Lawrence, and we'll have a chat and a coffee. So this is a really nice place, I know, where we can stop off and get a brew if it's available, which it is. So this is a really nice place to stop, have a sit down, make a cup of tea, and it's the Clevedon side of West Wick, and I was going to stop and have a brew. However, I had a coffee at the cafe and I don't really feel like one, so I'm just munching on a chocolate bar. The weather is gorgeous. Oh. And I've only got about 4 or 5 miles before I get back home. So, nice chocolate bar. It's a Snickers, and if you've got a bit of age to you, a bit old school, it's called a marathon. Very nice. It's actually 2 bars. It's a rather large one, so I'll save the other one for next time. You know, there wasn't any traffic along here, and now I've seen 3 cars in short succession. So anyway, the whole idea of this video really is there's a lot of younger people on YouTube that cycle, but not so many of us, well, I'm 58, just on a regular bike, pottering about on these bicycle lanes. And this one is the Weston-super-Mare to Clevedon Pier, called the Pier to Pier. Starts at Weston-super-Mare Pier, goes to Clevedon Pier, but I believe you can then go from Clevedon Pier onto Bristol. Haven't done that. Anyway, the next bike journey I do, rather than head north of Weston to Clevedon, I might go south of Weston down to Highbridge, Burnham, Breen, stuff like that. Had a bad experience there last year where I got a puncture in the middle of nowhere, and at the time I was riding my electric bike and it was a nightmare to change the puncture on the rear wheel. But I've had one of the cables upgraded so that it just pulls apart. There's a plug that pulls apart and it's easy to get the back wheel off. So if I get and also I've got some liquid in the tyres now, so that in theory if I do get a small puncture, then this liquid is designed to fill the gap. I don't know if it's a temporary thing or whether it's a permanent thing, but sod's law, and I guess it's a good thing really. Since I have put this liquid in the tyres, then I've not had a puncture, but I've seen no signs of the liquid coming out of the tyre where there would have been a puncture. So I assume that I was either very unlucky getting the puncture, or this stuff's working really well. One of the problems with electric bikes is that because they're so much heavier, you have to have a higher tyre pressure. Whether that makes you more susceptible to punctures or not, I don't know, because my bike's quite heavy, so the tyres are rock solid. Maybe that will snap any thorns in too, because they're solid and not spongy. I don't know. If you've got one of these bikes with are they 4-inch tyres? I don't know what they're like with regards to getting punctures, but anyway, so I will do another video where we go south past some lovely rolling fields, quite a few cycle gates, and cycle gates and some caravan parks. But we can see the views of South of Weston. So anyway, I sense that I'm rambling on now. So anyway, I'll do a coffee some other time with my cooker that is not a jet boil, but is exactly the same as a jet boil. I mean, I've had it for a while and it's been fine, always liked first time-ish, and never had any problems with it. Like I say, I don't buy premium brands when it comes to cycling stuff, because I don't see the need to. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this. Will I finish the video here? I'll probably take a few more snaps on the way back. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I shall leave you with this view that I've got in front of me, which is gorgeous. And just remember that every day is a gift, and you get yourself a bicycle, get cycling into the countryside if you can, and it's the gift that will keep on giving. Anyway, bye for now. So we're approaching the church again, Westwick Church. Here we are, Westwick. There's something that I wanted to show you, which is where we've just come through, where that bench was in Westwick. That was the Clevedon, the northern part of Westwick. But I just wanted to show you a nice bench that is in the southern part of Westwick, and again it's a really nice place where you can sit down and make yourself a brew, and it's a lovely little spot. I used it last time I came this way, and it's just round the corner here. I'll just cycle up to it so you can see it. So this is the southern end of Westwick, and this is the car park for the village hall. And see, here are 2 benches, and that is a really nice place to sit down if you've got a stove, flask, whatever, and make yourself a drink or get out of the wind and rain. It's a really good spot. So just opposite the village hall. Can't really say much more about it really. It's a good spot, and of course it's nice and quiet. So Wick St Lawrence, it's as you approach Wick St Lawrence from Weston-super-Mare side, so you've got a bench on the southern side and you've got a bench on the northern side, so just really handy places to stop. And next stop really is Worle. So I shall probably play a bit of video, take us up to the cemetery, and regardless of what I said last time, this will probably be the end of the video.